Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Lus is reporting the Karl Jobst total bill is going to be $1.8 million. That is insane. Absolutely insane. I had to stop what I was doing. I had to stop what I was doing. I'm sitting here in the office, and I'm like, what's going on? Hold my meetings. I'm sipping my coffee here. And I'm supposed to be looking at these documents, but this is much more important news. Absolutely. I was going to make another video regarding something else because there's so much milk, oh my God, that we haven't even touched upon. And they're going to be on this channel or the other channel, depending on what's going on with YouTube. They haven't told me anything yet. Regardless, guys, this is a lot of money. This is a lot of money. You got to figure out a 1.8 if 700,000 are going to Karl Jobst lawyers. What does that mean? Billy Mitchell is getting a cool 1.1 million Australian. Well, you're going to say, well, that's Australian, whatever. That's $713,000, approximately 636, just about there if you round it off. Don't tell me you wouldn't want that money. Of course, some of that money was already spent by Billy Mitchell and lawyers, $500,000. You're not King Billy Mitchell. You're not. You don't have that kind of money to be flying around, swinging around in court. That reminds me, before we continue, let's hear from the unofficial sponsor of these videos. Here's King Billy talking. Dear YouTubers, you want nothing to do with suing someone. Don't think that it's a good idea because King Billy won. You're not King Billy. You're not. You're not. Karl Jobst expressed excitement at the idea of a lawsuit. He keeps reminding him of that. He posts about it too. Until he broke down in tears in the witness box. That's right, guys. That's right. I told you guys that's when I knew that Karl Jobst was going to lose, right? Because men that tell the truth don't cry, right? Unless you're admitting to something wrong, you're not crying if you're telling the truth. You can tell the truth any day of the week and you're not going to cry. And men can smell that. Everybody in the courtroom, right? Every real man at his core knows that that's the truth. And the minute he started crying, you knew this guy had something that he had to hide. That's just the impression that people get when they see a man crying in high stress situations when absolute truth is what's needed. Even if you screwed up, you can tell the truth and not cry. Right? I screwed up. I messed up. He could have saved himself all this heartache. All this heartache. Now, what does he get? I wonder if Billy's going to give him a kickback with a Karl Jobst code for 10%. I don't know. What are his future plans after losing some of this? I was going to make a video about what led to this and what other lawsuits, because he said, who are we going to sue next? Who are we going to sue next? A lot of people criticize me because I said he threw Earth's cats under the bus when he made that supposed apology video that wasn't an apology video. Right? And instead of negotiating with Billy, making a retraction video and all that stuff, he's not going to do it. He's going to leave everything up. And he'd rather pay cash. Well, go ahead. Some of the most stupid decisions on the planet. Look, if he was a single guy, I could understand. You want to be this hard-headed? You want to piss your money away? Go ahead. But it's your family's money. It's not your money anymore. Right? It's the family's money. This is insane. Imagine you're Billy Mitchell. You wake up and all of a sudden you see $770,000 in your account. Like, oh my God, it's a brand new day. He might start a new line of sauces. He might start. Or he might use this cash to go after somebody else. Now, everybody out there thinks it's going to be Urs Katz. When I told you he threw him under the bus, he put him on that video for a reason. This is where I got the information from, basically, which is not fair to Urs Katz because he was just feeding him the information that he wanted. Is he going to get in trouble? You know, I've read his pages, and I don't believe that it says anything about Apollo's demise on there. It says a lot about this. And if you guys ask why, excuse me, Billy Mitchell didn't sue over this, because your opinion doesn't matter. Right? For business purposes, let me tell you guys, do you think a business that's going to do business with you cares about your thoughts or my thoughts or anybody's thoughts on Billy Mitchell, or do you think they're going to go to Guinness? That's the reason you get a Guinness World Record, right? That's why you register it, to have evidence. That's something you can ensure. Now, people out there are going to say, well, they just do this or they just do the other. It's just a fee. Whatever you think it is, it's official and it's a business transaction. That business needs to have insurance. Now, if you guys are going to sit there and accuse Guinness World Records of doing unsavory things, see how I choose the right words? Then you go right ahead. Right? You could be the next subject of one of these videos and get sued over video games. A completely stupid thing. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter what Urs Katz or, Karl Jobst or anybody else thinks about video games, because you're not an authority. You can't prove it in a court of law. When you get to the court of law, you call experts. And when you're calling experts, as you can see in this lawsuit, right, Billy Mitchell spending about $500,000 on the lawsuit. And if he had to, he's going to call experts. Every expert's going to charge you 50, 60, 70, 100 grand. How much are you going to spend on a lawsuit over stupid video games? Because the onus is going to be on you. You have to be more credible than businesses that certify Billy Mitchell's scores. It's just that simple. So your standard of proof is going to be much higher. Now, if the reason I told you he threw him under the bus is because he's saying that the reason he posted that is because he got the information from him and other people, right? Could those other people be on the hook because they were the ones that saying it? They were the ones that started it? I don't know. I don't know what the laws are, right? That's why you need to consult a lawyer, right? But if you have property, if you have big bucks, if you have the kind of money that it takes to travel to Australia just to watch a trial, I would imagine that you got a little bit of coin. I'm just saying, you guys might be right. You guys might be right. He might go after him. I don't know. I have no idea. I think that anybody that goes through a lawsuit this deep, you're probably done with it. I think Billy Mitchell has better things to do. He's got his company to run. He already won in the eyes of the public. His sauce is popping off. Everything's looking good for him, and he's got, $700,000 coming back. It's the best of all worlds, the best outcome he could hope for. And unfortunately for Karl Jobst, it's the worst outcome that he could have hoped for. But that is something we're going to delve in another video. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.